Hello there, everyone. This is Andre, and okay, I've already done a video for this on my own channel, but I kind of wanted to bring this discussion here as well, and that's to talk about a quote that YouTube made on Twitter a little while back. It was "Roses are red, violets are blue. Subscribe to Black creators" or something like that. Um, now. I made the joke on my channel that I should have like 100,000 subscribers by the end of the day when I did this video. But here's something, and I've said this on there too. When YouTube put this out, they weren't thinking about the connotation that it was making to say that Black people or African American people, or however you wish to describe us, they didn't really realize that when they put that out there, they're kind of saying that we're inferior and we need help. And that's kind of how it is when you think about it and they put it out there. That's kind of how that comes off. Now, that wasn't their intention. That wasn't what their thought process was. Their thought was it's Black History Month, and at the same time it was Valentine's Day when they did this. So it was like, we can kill two birds with one stone and be witty and put something out there, and I think people will like it. But they don't understand what they're saying to people, and that's an issue. I personally don't like the idea of telling someone to pay attention to a person because of their race. I don't like it. One, because I've had so many negative dealings with that thought process. It feels disgusting to me. That's the best way I can put it. It feels disgusting. Two, if I can't draw your attention by my own merits, then I don't really think I deserve that extra that subscriber. It's a different story if somebody likes my content and they say, "Oh, go check this guy out. Go check out his videos." Like, he says some stuff that I think is pretty cool, or he put up some stuff that I think is pretty nice. That's a different story. That's someone liking what you have to do and what you say, and deciding, okay, let me give this person a helping hand because their channel is smaller than mine. Like, I've done it for people before on my channel, and when my channel, even though my channel is small, I've led people to other channels, and those channels blew up for some reason. I still don't understand why my channel is so small, but that's beside the point. But I did it because these people said things that was like, this person thinks. They put their mind into what they're doing. Like, so that's cool. I like that. And that was why I was willing to say, hey, I'll give this person a shout out, or say, hey, you guys should go check out this channel. I mean, I probably didn't send them a whole lot of people, but still, sent them somebody. And those channels really grew. That actually happened a couple times now I'm thinking about it, but that's beside my point here. If you wish to do something positive for Black History Month, educate. That word did not come out that way. Educate people about the many different Black inventors, or the Black poets, or those who have had a profound effect on the laws in this country, or people who've done things that saved lots of human lives. Talk about the history of Black people in the country in Black history during Black History Month. Talk about the positive things that the Black community has added to the United States that people for some reason don't believe exist, even though products that they use on a daily basis, and I do mean on a daily basis, came from so many of these different creators, these Black inventors and innovators and leaders in the community. Talk about those things. That would be good, because that would remind people of the many contributions that have been brought to this country, or were made in this country, by those who are of African American descent. That would be a good idea. Not tell people to subscribe to me because I'm black. And then there was that one response, and I should have just said something to the dude. I don't know why I didn't. But it's like, well, I subscribe to such and such because he's black. And I'm like, I just shook my head. It was a thing that, again, personally, that disgusts me. That should not be your reasoning for any choice that you make. That should not be your reasoning, because that doesn't help anything. That doesn't breed any. That literally does not breed any positive energy. Because here's what one thing I want to say. And I don't remember YouTube doing this for Hispanic Heritage Month, but they could have put out a little poem and said, hey, during Hispanic Heritage Month, say, hey, subscribe to Latin or Hispanic creators. I don't remember them doing that. And I've been following them for a while now on Twitter, mostly because I want to get updates on the things they're doing and policies and stuff. And that's probably the most direct way to communicate with them outside of, nothing else. Sorry, YouTube, that's just how you guys are set up. There are so many times where, when you throw out race, where it's not necessary. Like in this time, subscribe to black creators, there was no need to do that. Because then, if it does, in any way, shape, or form, positively affect black creators on the platform, it then becomes an issue of, well, YouTube said subscribe to black people, so this is why they're getting more subscribers. Or, well, why can't YouTube do this for white people? Why can't YouTube do this for Hispanic people? Why can't YouTube do this for Asian people, Indian people, Portuguese people? Like that, why can't they do it for Saudi people? It becomes an issue. It becomes an unneeded issue on top of that. Like it's something that, it's not something that had to be fixed. They were fixing a problem that didn't need to be fixed to create more problems on a platform that already has a ton of them. And when I look at it, I'm just like, you said this, but you opened up the door for all of this without even thinking about it. So whoever's running their Twitter page at no point used their brain muscles to say, this might not be a good idea. And now I think there are probably some people like, well, you're black, right? So why aren't you happy about this? Why aren't you happy that they said, hey, they should subscribe to black creators? Why aren't you happy that they highlighted that? Because I don't want people to help me when I don't need the help. Which I don't. My content is fine the way it is. I get the subscribers I get because these people like what I say. They like the content I put out, and they understand where I'm coming from when I make my content. They look at it knowing who I am and what I'm bringing to them. And a lot of times they enjoy it. And then there are some times where somebody will have a question or they'll add into something that I might not have thought of, and we have a conversation going, and that can be interesting. I don't want a bunch of people to subscribe to me who know nothing about me just because I'm black. Like, they don't have any interest in me. They really don't. Like, and if they do happen to glean past any of my videos, they're probably likely to ignore them, even if they did subscribe. So again, it would be useless to me anyway. So again, YouTube, what were you thinking? That's right, you weren't. Because if you were thinking, this comment would have never been made. This post would have never been put out. And again, I know that they were looking for something positive, but what they created out of that, because there wasn't forethought put into this, it was just in the moment. And I know it was just in the moment because it was in the moment type of posting. And that begins to be a problem. So going back to what I said before, they could have talked about Black history and about the many different Black inventors, Black leaders, Black philosophers. There's so much that they could pull from. So much they could pull from. Or they could even go into their own platform and their own creators that happen to just be Black people and talk about the positive things that many of them have done. That would have been so much better than this Twitter post that they made. And that's what frustrates me. That is what frustrates me. Because they're a major, major corporation. And it's like they have no brain running the operation. It's just somehow they've become this massive thing that can't be ignored, but there's no one thinking about what they're doing. Or saying, or perpetrating, or putting out for. You get it. You get the point. I don't need to keep expanding that one. I guess just personally, it still just rubs me the wrong way. And I wouldn't expect any other nationality, ethnicity, any gender, sexual orientation. I wouldn't expect any of that to be important when it comes down to why you would subscribe to a particular person. I don't subscribe to channels because, oh, he's Black, I have to subscribe to him. That in and of itself is racism. Whether people want to realize it or not, that in and of itself is racism. Because now you are highlighting one in particular over the others. That's racism. It doesn't matter which way you're doing the highlighting, to be honest. It doesn't matter which way you're doing the highlighting. If you are specifically and only trying to push, hey, you need to subscribe to Black people. Screw all these other content creators who may make content that's just as good, maybe better. Screw all of them. If they're not Black, don't subscribe. And again, that's not what they meant to say, but that's what they said. So it's an intention versus reality type thing. Man. But I'm not going to drone on anymore about this. I've said enough for this particular thing. And it's not a major issue, but it was just something that, it just rubbed me the wrong way. And I wanted to give this platform and this channel my perspective on it as I did on my own personal channel. Which I might not talk too much about here, because that is a separate beast to itself. So I think I want to keep the two as independent entities. But that's it. Thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me and everyone on Project Open Mic. And you guys have a nice day. Goodbye.